1948 was a good year, and it continues to be a great year for Alvin and Shirley White. You're looking at just two of Alvin and Shirley's collection of 1948 Fargo pickups. The half-ton and the one-ton are beautifully restored, with a ton-and-a-half workhorse of the same vintage safely in storage for the time being.
They were Canadian made in Windsor by Chrysler, and they were sold worldwide. They were sold along with the Plymouth and the Chrysler car, where the Dodge truck was sold with DeSoto and Dodge car. That way they'd have two dealers in the same town, each had a truck to sell. They made the Fargo in all sizes, up to the big ones, dump trucks, tractors, and various colors, from 37 until 72. Well, the first one is a half-ton 1948 pickup. When we got it, was all in pieces in various stages of rust and paint and whatnot. The fellow had been at it for 4 years and gave up on it, and we got it in '86. Took us 4 years to put it together. And the other one, it was pretty decent shape when we got it. We done both of them at the same time, but it was a year later, not until '91, that we had it finished and on the road. It was all painted in pieces, took everything apart if it wasn't apart, rebuilt whatever was necessary, had it painted, and then put it back together. Many hours comparing with another one that was already together, or someone sitting in a fence corner had one. And it was time consuming at times to get everything fitted in there. The pickup was quite a chore to do. We have a ton-and-a-half stake truck as well, much different to do. Even though the cab and the hood and everything is all similar, but when you put a pickup box on there, everything is tied together. Your fenders, front to rear to the running board, fenders to the box is relation to the cab. And everything had its own order to how to go to make things fit properly. We done them up to drive, not to look at. The little one we drove over 13,000 miles, been to Boston, Massachusetts, Toledo, Ohio, Buffalo shows, down to Greensboro, North Carolina to the American show, which is held in May every year. And we've done it to have fun with, not to look at. And that's what we've had, is a lot of fun with the two trucks.
Driving the half-ton all over North America makes perfect sense, because the Little Red Box has a number of different hometowns.
The cab and fenders hood come from Alberta, bumperettes out of North Carolina, Massachusetts. Running boards are from BC, from a truck I bought for parts. Fender and box out of Quebec. The wood in the box is out of Quebec. Tailgate from Carlisle, Pennsylvania. Rear bumper from Asheboro, North Carolina. We made up our own Old Trucks and Friends sign. This here is a reflector, not a light. And my wife's mom's 48, it's in her name. Under the hood, a little 218 flathead 6-cylinder, inline. Pretty reliable motors. Some people had problems selling or starting them in cold weather, but any I had to deal with or talk to, they never had any great problem. There's a trick to start in all motors. Everyone has their own characteristic. Very basic to work on. Plugs and points and a distributor, and that's about it. No electronics. Actually, the grills are stainless steel. They're polished, and the logo on the hood is a globe of the world. And on each side of the hood with Fargo is a half of the globe, the other side is the other half. And they stood up well because they were stainless steel.
In their day, the Fargo pickups were usually put to work on the farm, and there were options available to make the chores a more enjoyable experience.
The second sun visor inside would be an option, and they did have a different seat. They called it an air ride. Very different to what we know of an air ride today. It was just a damper that you closed so the air didn't move out of the seat underneath you as rapidly. I saw one a week ago at a show, and the man did not realize what he had. He had a new air ride suspension, didn't know it. I've never had offers been asked how much I got tied up in them, and my answer to that is that's my cigarette and my booze money. I don't smoke or drink. I like to eat, but the money went into the trucks. Twice I have been asked if that's the way you spell Dodge in French. That makes me laugh.
And that will do it for this edition of Road Classics. Thanks for watching. We'll see you next time.